The TI-Nspire does an amazing job with one-way ANOVA tests, and I'm going to show you how. For our example, we want to see if different groups of students spend a different amount of time on social media. We're going to test this at the 0.05 significance level. Now, if we were testing two groups of students, this would be a t-test of the mean, but instead we're going to be looking at three groups, which is what makes this an ANOVA test. Here's the data that we're looking at. We're going to be comparing high school, community college, and university students. The very first thing that we want to do is to get this information into our calculator. I'm going to enter my data into a new document, which you can do by arrowing down and over to the spreadsheets icon. Or if you're here, just hit the menu button and then choose Lists and Spreadsheets, which is number 4. We want to give each of our data sets a name. So I'm going to start by arrowing up to the list name, and I'm going to call this one HS for high school. So how about just HS? And then arrowing down to that first empty cell, we're going to put our values in. Arrowing over and all the way up to the next column title. This is going to be, let's do CC for community colleges, and then arrowing down to enter their data. And then we'll do the same thing for universities, but this time I'm going to use uni for their name. Arrowing down, we'll enter their data as well. To set up our ANOVA test, I want to come up with my hypotheses. The first one would be our null hypothesis, and this one says that there's no difference between the three means. And we just state that as the population means are being equal. So mu1 equals mu2 equals mu3. Our alternative hypothesis, however, says that at least one of the means is significantly different from the others. Let's add a new page to our document. To do that, I do Control and then Doc to add page. And this time I want to add the calculator page. You could have done this on the spreadsheet, but I just like to keep them separate. We're ready to run that ANOVA test. I'm going to go over to Menu, and then I want to choose Statistics, which is number 6. We want Stat Tests, which is number 7. And then our ANOVA test, I need to continue to scroll down to find that. And it is, there it is. I want one way for one variable. And that one is C. I'm here, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit Enter. My values are stored as data, so I'm going to leave this one as data. Let's tab down to the next one. The number of groups, I have 3 here. So let's up arrow to choose 3. And then I'm just going to tab down and then Enter. List 1, those are our high school students. List 2 are the community college students. List 3 are the university students. And then I hit OK, and it's already ran the test for me. I can scroll through this to get my values. Notice that p-value there, which is really, really small. But it gives me some values here at the bottom that just say ... These are not showing up on my document, but I can call them back up from my variable list. If I click my variable key here right above number 9, I can get to all of the values that the calculator just computed, including the list of the means for that group. And I hit Enter, and I've got the means for each of the 3 groups. Now back to that p-value. Our p-value is incredibly small. If I move that decimal 2 places, it's less than 1%. So my p-value tells me that there's just a 0.01% probability that these means are significantly different because of chance. Because alpha was 0.05, our threshold for our p-value was 5%. We are well under that. So we can state our conclusion that there is sufficient evidence to conclude that at least one of these means is significantly different. Your TI-Nspire does so many great things when it comes to statistics. Subscribe for more like this one.